Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone Descent of Dragons card reveal season is in full swing, and we have been given this neutral legendary card, Shu'ma, a 7 mana 1/7. At the end of your turn, fill your board with 1/1 tentacles. And this seems like a really interesting card to me. Not necessarily incredibly powerful card, because the 1/1 tentacles are summoned at the end of your turn, so on your turn you're unable to buff them in any way or touch them, so they would actually have to stay alive in order to make much use of them. But this is a board fill that comes in at 7 mana. And 7 mana is as cheap as it gets for this sort of mechanic, so that makes it really interesting. And then that it's recurring, so the opponent really has to deal with Shu'ma. It has just one attack, that's a bit of a downside, 7 health, which is a major upside. It does need some work to get through that. But overall it looks like a really nice, balanced, not overpowered, very interesting card. This sort of token generating card, naturally it only goes into a deck that can do something really with those tokens, so it needs some kind of a mass buff, so that those tokens can then be turned into a lethal killing machine. And that means that it's restricted basically to 3 classes. There's Hunter with Unseal the Vault, the Quest Hunter. Once you complete the quest you get the hero power to give minions +2 attack. Then there is Druid with Savage Roar, and then there is Shaman with Bloodlust and also with Vesina. So you want something like this to go alongside Shu'ma. And as it happens, Shu'ma actually slots in right there into both Quest Hunter and into Token Druid. In Quest Hunter I would assume that Shu'ma is going to take the place of Boommaster Flock. Boommaster Flock summons 5 minions, Shu'ma can summon 7. It's better while you're still completing the quest, and then Shu'ma is also probably better than Boommaster Flock even after the quest is completed and you're able to roll with those hero powers. Obviously if you play a mech variant of the Quest Hunter, then you really want Boommaster Flock, but it's kind of hard to see the deck having spot for both of them, because you're really not going to give up on a Swarm of Locusts. So there are already some expensive cards that you can't get rid of. Boommaster Flock you could in favor of Shu'ma, and Shu'ma just helps you also advance the quest faster if you're still working on getting that through. In Token Druid, Shu'ma would conveniently take the place of the Forest Shade. Forest Shade is a twin spell, it has its upsides. It costs 8 mana, Shu'ma costs 7, and that's a big deal. You want to get on that board faster. Forest Shade already, it's a little bit slow. So when you're using Forest Shade you always wish that, okay, I wish I could do this a little bit sooner. It's often in the hand and you're waiting for a turn or 2 before you actually get to play it. And Shu'ma comes on the board a little bit earlier. And of course there's the criticism that, okay, you can't buff those tentacles because they come at the end of turn, but you can't really buff the treants either. You have only 2 mana left over even at 10, enough to cast Power of the Wild, but that's just not much. So I'd expect Shu'ma to take the spot of at least 1 copy of Forest Shade in Token Druid. Shaman is a little bit different. Shaman right now, it's Desert Hare plus Evolve. Even when you're playing a token build, you just want to evolve everything. So it's kind of hard to see where Shaman is going to go from here once Evolve is out. It's just mentally difficult to put yourself in that position because it's a really completely different deck then. But Shaman has been playing token decks a lot. There's of course Bloodlust. On the other hand, Shaman now has Vesina, which promotes a overload-oriented token deck, so maybe that's the way to go. But Shaman would also have this one really interesting card, which is the Ancestral Spirit. Give a minion death rattle, resummon this minion. And using this together with Shu'ma could make it really difficult to remove. Then the question would be, okay, well, what other cards are there in the deck that you want to use Ancestral Spirit with? Because if you have Ancestral Spirit in the deck just for that one legendary card, then yeah, that's not the way it works. You want it to have multiple uses. Maybe it does. Like, what if you put this on Vesina or a Thunderhead? There are some options available. I'm still not completely sure whether Shaman can afford the deck slot to put in Ancestral Spirit just to give Shu'ma a better chance. But it's at least an intriguing idea. Overall, I really like the design of Shu'ma. It's coming out early enough that it's relevant, even though the effect is an end of turn effect. And on the other hand, this kind of effect could not be allowed to come out that early, really. Unless it was an end of turn effect, because otherwise it would be so easy to make some major buffing on those tokens. Overall, a really fun looking card, if token decks will be viable in the upcoming meta. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.